In an earlier video, I discussed reasons teachers might consider using mind maps as part of their classroom instruction and assessment practices. The purpose of this video, however, is to offer a brief tutorial on how one mind mapping program works. While there are many different apps available for mind mapping, I will be profiling Inspiration Maps. I personally prefer the InkFlow app, which allows users to draw and write directly on the screen, but I believe Inspiration Maps is better for student and classroom use. As you can see, the app already has a series of templates downloaded for disciplines like English, history, and science, as well as thinking strategies. However, we're going to start today by examining the diagram style and format options mind map. The I button at the center of the mind map shows different ways the style and format options can be modified. You'll also notice the I icon at the top right-hand corner of the screen. There are four main areas that the user can change. The first is idea symbols, and we can have different color choices of the background, as well as border thickness and resizing the symbols. And there are different shapes that you can use as well, and can even include images copied and pasted from the internet or photos taken on your iPod. Another thing is changing the text. There are different font choices as well as color choices, and it can be sized according to your wishes. There are also options for the connecting links. They can extend out or have no line at all, or have arrows facing both directions. The line thickness and color can also be modified. The final option is the background color and texture. But rather than spending too long here, I'm going to click the home icon and take us back to make a mind map of our own. So I can choose a pre-made template to start out with, or I can start with an entirely blank document. I'm going to do that by clicking on the little plus sign at the left. I'm going to go with the diagram option. That will take me to a center bubble, and I'm just going to call this demonstration. So a mind map really wouldn't be a mind map if it only had one bubble. So the way you can make additional bubbles is by selecting the center and pulling on the right-hand arrow. That will give me a new bubble. And if I wanted to include an idea thought, so just like additional information, I can click on the top left-hand corner. Now, if I'm kind of bored by having everything be blue, or I want to establish a hierarchy, I can change the shape and color by clicking on the little I button that I mentioned earlier. And I could have my shape be a cloud, and I could change the color by going on Style and changing the fill. So I could have the fill be pink instead. It could be a sunset cloud. And I also writing in that little bubble by double clicking, and that will automatically bring up my keyboard. And I could say sunset. One of my favorite features of this program, however, is the opportunity to pull in pictures that you've already taken, or even pictures that you take during the making of the mind map. So again, once this is selected, I can click on the eye icon, go to shape, and as you can see at the bottom, there's a camera. That's for taking pictures in the moment, or the flower, which is what I'm going to select now, for looking through your camera roll or photos from the internet. So I'm going to go to my camera roll. And I love flowers, so I'm going to grab a picture of a rose that I took today, 2 roses. And then it can be resized by pinching the center and pulling out, or if I want it smaller, pinching in. And I'm not limited by where I initially place it. It's very easy to move things around just by touching them and moving them. That goes for this as well. Another thing that I mentioned was the ability to change the background, and I can do that by tapping the background, touching the eye, and then changing the background fill and color. And this is excellent for students with Ireland syndrome. I can also change the linking style at this menu too. I kind of prefer the hand-drawn one. And this tutorial hardly offers the full extent of the program's resources, but fortunately the programmers have included that as part of the question section. So you can hit the little question mark and it will give you tips and other ideas and kind of troubleshoot from there. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and will enjoy the ones to come. Thank you.